Good afternoon, this is Joanna from Apple Joe Farms, Modern Homesteader. This afternoon, I'm going to take a couple of minutes to answer an often asked question, and it is about something that can occur with your male goats, urinary calculi, or as it's called, UC. It can happen to both bucks and wethers, but it seems like it more often happens with wethers. And one of the authorities on the matter is Dr. G.F. Kennedy from the Pipestone Veterinary, and he really has helped me to understand it a great deal. When it occurs is in the cases of your bucks and wethers who have a high grain diet. That's the number one cause for UC. And the symptoms that you're going to see if it's occurring is, for instance, when I fed my bucks one morning, I noticed that one of them did not come over to eat. And he seemed like he was straining to urinate. And he had no interest at all in coming to eat. Well, I knew that there was definitely something wrong. And when I took him to the vet, he asked me if by any chance I had begun feeding alfalfa hay. And I said, well, yeah, actually I have for the last month. And he said, well, that's the first thing that I would quit. Because it has too high of a calcium content. And so he said, you definitely need to not be feeding alfalfa to your male goats. And to understand a little bit about what happens with UC in male goats is that stones develop, and generally stones are located higher up in the penis where it makes a bend. And so oftentimes when doctors decide to clip at the end of the penis, it is not successful because the stone is not located there many times. And so that surgery is often not a good fix. Now, the stones are invariably the result of the addition of phosphorus to their food ration. And of course there's other factors such as, is salt available, or is there a lack of calcium in the diet? And of course, having plentiful, clean water so they can get plenty to drink is very important. So, how to prevent it? Well, a big part of it, again, is their feed ration. You have to be very careful to only feed a limited amount of grains to your bucks. I average 1 to 2 cups a day. And the doctor told me that if I could add a pinch of ammonium chloride to their feed, that would be very helpful. And like right now I have 5, 1 wether, and 4 bucks. And I give them a scant 1/4 of a teaspoon of ammonium chloride in each day's feed rations. Some of the goat feeds already have ammonium chloride in them. So we would want to avoid feeds and minerals containing added phosphorus because we want to maintain the calcium to phosphorus ratio of 2 to 1 in the goat feed. Any procedure that encourages the consumption of water is going to be very, very helpful too. And so the ammonium chloride, what it's going to do is change the pH of the urine that helps dissolve the stones and prevent formation of any more of them. the UC and there being such an incidence reoccurring of that with goat owners calling in has caused some to go ahead and mix a mixture of selenium and iodine, a premix that's mixed with loose white salt. And that's often all that's needed, is to add some of that to their daily goat ration. But again, to emphasize clean water, I have also gone to adding apple cider vinegar, organic apple cider vinegar. Add a couple of tablespoons to a 5-gallon bucket each day, and giving them clean, fresh water. Very, very, very important. In conclusion, just to say that we want to remember that it is a life and death medical emergency when your males develop urinary calculi. And so keeping an eye on your herd every single day and watching things like, are they doing something that they don't normally do, or are they not doing something they normally do, like coming to eat? And I had my first incident, and I've only had 2 in all my years because I finally got figured out what was causing it. But in the first instance, he wouldn't come and eat, and he laid off by himself during the day. And so immediately I began watching him very closely and could see he was straining to urinate. And so immediately you want to go ahead, and I drenched some ammonium chloride with water. I did that about 4 times that day. You don't want to give them too much because they're not able to urinate, and we don't want to fill their bladder up and have it burst. And so just really, really being careful. And in both cases, mine resolved with no surgical intervention whatsoever. But I learned no alfalfa for the male goats, and a limited food ration, plenty of clean, fresh water at all times. So I hope that this has been helpful to you. Feel free to write or send me your questions, and I'll try to help if I can. I hope that this has been very helpful. Thank you so much for viewing my video, and please come and visit our website, applejoefarms.com. Your questions are always welcome. Love to do